Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Evening Podcast for February 18, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We're summarizing the key stories from our recent broadcasts. In France, a far-right activist death has sparked a political controversy, with 11 arrests made in connection to the killing. Meanwhile, rights groups are warning about proposed immigration legislation in Europe that could lead to mass detention and deportation of migrants. In international news, Russian and Belarusian athletes will compete under their own flags at the upcoming Paralympics, while Iran claims progress has been made in nuclear talks with the US. However, Ukraine talks with Russia have ended without significant progress. We've also been following developments in Japan, where 2 women have given birth after undergoing frozen ovarian transplants, offering new hope for those struggling with infertility. Additionally, the country is set to prohibit the use of power banks on flights due to safety concerns. In our main story tonight, Vice President Duterte of the Philippines has announced her intention to run for president in the next elections, criticizing current President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and facing impeachment attempts and criminal complaints. Our presidential bid will be closely watched, given her father's past alignments with Chinese and Russian leaders and the current administration's deepened ties with Washington. These are just a few of the stories making headlines recently. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. And remember, we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag AIDailyPress. Good night and goodbye. And that's a wrap. I'm Walter, signing off. And now, it's time to say goodbye. Good night. And with that, our broadcast comes to a close. And now, it's time to conclude our evening podcast. I'm Walter, and that's a wrap. Good night. And with that, we bid you farewell. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. I'm Walter, signing off. Goodbye. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall and know what's right now. We've been closely following the developments in Ukraine, where peace talks between Ukrainian and Russian negotiators have been underway in Geneva. The presence of Vladimir Medinsky, a historian and aide to Russian President Vladimir Putin, has raised questions about Putin's intentions and the likelihood of a successful outcome. The main point of contention remains the fate of Ukraine's eastern Donbas region, which Putin insists should be part of Russia. Despite the challenges, both sides have expressed a willingness to continue negotiations. In other news, we've been reflecting on the life and legacy of the late American civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, who passed away recently. His commitment to justice and human rights earned him widespread recognition and respect from world leaders and ordinary citizens alike. We remember his unwavering dedication to the principles of equality, justice, and compassion. We've also been covering a range of international stories, including the crisis in Mexico's relations with Cuba, the impeachment of Peru's interim president, and the start of the holy month of Ramadan for Muslims around the world. As we move forward, it's clear that finding peaceful resolutions to these conflicts will require careful diplomacy and a willingness to compromise from all parties involved. We'll continue to provide updates and insights to help you understand the complexities of these ongoing crises. Good night. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Rissweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. In our previous episodes, we've covered several significant stories that warrant a brief recap. Firstly, we discussed Japan's $36 billion investment in U.S. oil, gas, and critical mineral projects. This development underscores the ongoing shifts in the global economic landscape, particularly as countries like Japan seek to reduce their dependence on China for critical minerals. We also reported on the India AI Impact Summit, where despite some controversy surrounding a robotic dog showcased by Galgaudius University, significant announcements were made, including anticipated investments of over $200 billion in India's AI sector over the next 2 years. Lastly, we delved into the complex financial dealings between Jeffrey Epstein and billionaire Leslie Wexner. Our investigation revealed a trail of emails and letters suggesting a complex web of transactions and settlements, with prosecutors stating that Epstein returned at least $100 million to Wexner by January 2008. These stories highlight the dynamic nature of global economics, innovation, and accountability. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. In recent episodes, we've been exploring the fascinating intersections of technology, space exploration, and global investment. Firstly, we celebrated the convergence of science fiction and reality with the news of Saudi Arabia's Humane investing $3 billion in XAI, an artificial intelligence company that was subsequently acquired by SpaceX. This significant move underscores the growing importance of AI in space exploration and potentially even in the colonization of other planets. We also delved into the role of AI in scientific research, where experts like Demis Hassabis and Kian Vafa weighed in on the capabilities and constraints of AI in science. While AI can process vast amounts of data, it currently lacks the ability to come up with entirely new ideas or hypotheses, highlighting the ongoing need for human intuition and creativity. Additionally, we touched upon the strategic maneuvers underway in the tech industry, including XAI's Series E funding round and the partnership between Humane and XAI to develop AI data center infrastructure. This investment demonstrates Saudi Arabia's commitment to becoming a major player in the global AI landscape. As we move forward into this new era of AI-driven space exploration, it's essential that we approach these advancements with a critical eye, balancing our enthusiasm for innovation with a deep consideration of the ethical, social, and environmental implications. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. In our first story, we covered various updates from the world of sports, including the NBA, college basketball, and international news. The Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban, sparked a debate about tanking in the league, while top-ranked teams like Alabama, UConn, and Baylor are gearing up for crucial matchups this week. In our second report, we focused on the United States men's Olympic hockey team as they continue their journey in the preliminary round. The team has shown impressive skills, with notable performances from players like Brady Tkachuk, Brock Nelson, and Austin Matthews, securing wins against Latvia, Denmark, and Germany. Lastly, we dove into the world of winter sports, highlighting the USA men's curling team as they compete in the 2026 Winter Olympics. The American curlers are looking to make history by winning their first gold medal in men's curling since 2002, facing off against top-ranked teams like Switzerland, Canada, and Germany. These stories showcase the excitement and competition in various sports leagues and tournaments. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developments as they unfold. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we explored the innovative approach taken by Pope Leo XIV to combat AI-generated fake content. By embedding an official Vatican newsfeed on Catholic organization websites, the Holy See aims to promote truth and understanding in the digital age. Next, we traveled to Abu Dhabi, where UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan met with U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham to discuss regional developments and joint efforts for peace in the Middle East. This meeting highlights the importance of diplomacy and dialogue in fostering greater understanding between nations. Lastly, we looked at a story that didn't quite fit our usual format, but is worth mentioning. An article about T-Mobile's new 5G home internet service wasn't present. However, an article on T-Mobile was not found. Instead, an article on Pope Leo XIV and AI-generated content, along with Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan meeting U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, were discussed. These stories remind us of the complex intersections between technology, faith, tradition, and global politics. As we navigate this intricate world, it's essential to stay curious, informed, and committed to promoting peace, understanding, and mutual respect. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Let's get right into it and summarize the top stories from today. First up, we've got some exciting news from the world of television. The upcoming season of The Crown is set to feature a new cast, including Elizabeth Debicki as Princess Diana. We also took a look at the latest fashion trends, with a focus on sustainable clothing and the rise of eco-friendly designers. Next, we delved into the fascinating world of art, with an exhibition featuring the works of renowned photographer William Eggleston. His unique ability to find beauty in everyday life has captivated audiences for decades, and this show is not to be missed. And finally, we talked about the thrilling world of startups and innovation, with Tokyo's Sushi Tech Tokyo Convention set to be the largest yet. With over 700 startups participating, this event is a game-changer for entrepreneurs, inventors, and anyone interested in the latest tech trends. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Oh, come on, let's do it again soon. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we took a dive into the underwater world of concrete coral, an artificial reef initiative that's not only promoting biodiversity, but also sparking meaningful conversations about art, nature, and our future. This thought-provoking installation is challenging our perceptions and inspiring positive change. Next, we explored the stunning optical properties of kingfisher feathers, highly prized in Chinese art and culture. Researchers at Northwestern University have made a groundbreaking discovery about the intricate nanostructure of these feathers, which has significant implications for the development of sustainable materials and our understanding of historical artistic innovation. Lastly, we brought you breaking news of a revolutionary discovery in oxygen evolution reactions. Scientists have identified high-spin transition metal atoms as key drivers of this crucial process, which has far-reaching implications for the development of more efficient and sustainable energy technologies. This breakthrough offers a promising avenue for innovation and progress in the pursuit of a cleaner, greener future. We'll continue to explore the wonders of the natural world and bring you the latest news and discoveries that inspire innovation and drive progress. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.